this is a story that, especially here in Queens, where I am, all of us, and really all over the world when you think about it, because I'm going to tell you about a certain organization, the Chazaq organization. You see, here in Queens, we have an organization that was started by two wonderful, extraordinary people, Rabbi Ilan and Rabbi Yaniv Meirov. And they put together more than 300 shiurim, not only in Queens now, but in other areas as well. And because of these two tzaddikim and the Chazaq organization, more than 600 Bukharian children have been taken out of public school and now are in regular yeshivas and Beis Yaakovs and day schools, different levels, but they're not in public school, only because of Chazaq. So I remember 2 years ago, I was speaking at a parlor meeting, I believe it was in Woodmere, and Rabbi Ilan Meirov told a story, an amazing story about his mother Shoshana. And he told this story. He said that his mother Shoshana and his father Moshe, they came from Bukharia, they got married, they were in Israel, and then they came to America. Now, Ilan and his older brother Shlomo were ready to go to pre-1A, ready to go to school. And what happened was that some Israelis told them, they were living in Forest Hills, they were telling them that there was a school in Hillcrest, and they were taking some of the children. So she went to this school in Hillcrest, and she walked around the hallways, and she really wasn't impressed. She didn't feel like a Yiddish atam in the school. And then she met the principal, and he was a man without a beard. It's pretty funny, that's what he said in front of me, but it's okay. And what happened was, she just did not feel this was the place that she would want to send her children. So she just said she would get back to them. And then she went back to Forest Hills, and somebody told her that there was a school called Or Yisrael. And Rabbi Yeshua Geltzeller, Rav Shia Geltzeller, who was a tremendous Talmud Chacham, he was the Manayil, he was the principal. He was a tall, striking man with a long, flowing beard. She came into the school and she saw pictures of Gedolim hanging on the wall. And she heard kids singing. In this room they were singing Mishnayos, in this room they were singing Gemara, in this one they were davening. Of course she didn't know what it was, but it just felt very gishmak and very beautiful. And she wanted her children to come there. And she came into the office of Rabbi Geltzeller. And she began talking about her sons Ilan and Shlomo. Yaniv was too small to go to school at that point. And Rabbi Geltzeller began realizing that with her background, these kids would fall back, they would fall behind, and they would not be able to keep up with the other kids in the class. And so in all sincerity, he began telling her that this is not the school. They're going to fall behind. They're not going to be able to make it. And you know something? She began to realize that he did not want to accept them in the school. And tears came down her cheeks. She was crying. She didn't say anything, but she was crying. She was so brokenhearted that her children were not going to be accepted in the school that she felt they could grow to be very special. And you know something? Rabbi Geltzeller saw those tears on her face, and he said to her 3 words: they are accepted. And you know something? Ilan became, I believe, the valedictorian in the school. Yaniv went there as well, as Shlomo did. And look at that. Because they started in Or Yisrael, they became as great as they became. And it occurred to me when I was writing this Haggadah that when you think about it, those 600 Bukharian children today that are out of public school and in yeshivas and Beis Yaakovs, from day schools, those are in a way, the spiritual grandchildren of either Shoshana Meirov, if you want to look at it that way, or Rabbi Geltzeller. How did it happen? Because of that woman. That woman that felt the pain that her children could not get to chinuch. What a lesson that is for all of us. The chinuch of mothers in Klal Yisrael. How much credit they deserve for raising the children that they do and for taking care of all the children.